Hi everyone, thanks for joining me for today's video. My name is David, this channel is Damar's Coaching, and this is another video about toxic people and red flags. I say another, I've made several probably. I made one not too long ago, but I got some new stuff this time. I try to do that every time I repurpose a title for a video. Red flags. Red flags. I'm going to go over some red flags when you meet somebody right away and when the relationship starts. What are we watching for? Okay? There's more than this, and I appreciate any of you who want to offer and add any more red flags than what's on here or elaborate more on these red flags that I'm going to give you. So red flags are warning signs, cautionary tells that there might be a bigger problem in this person's life, in some area of their life, okay? I'm not necessarily trying to judge somebody. I'm guilty of these too. I've had them. Hopefully not anymore, not these. And just because somebody has or does one of these things, I'm not saying run away from them, drop them, divorce them, whatever it is. Okay? If they have all these, yeah, I'm probably saying that. Okay? All right, let's get started. First 7, meeting somebody. Pretty much, maybe a first date, first couple days, first week, friend, date. Here's the biggest one. Over eagerness. Being pushy. Can I get your number? Can I get your number? Can I get him? You got a boyfriend, man? You got a girlfriend? Want to buy me a drink? Hey, what are you doing? This over eagerness. Naturally, women really don't like this. Okay? Healthy women don't like this. If you're falling for over eager men, there's a problem, because naturally, subconsciously, inside, women don't like this for thousands of years. The reason is these are signs of high testosterone in men. Okay? High testosterone in men, well, testosterone can cause disease. High levels of testosterone in men tends to mean that they may not live long. All right? Amongst other problems, but as we know, violence. But they're looking for immediate gratification, guys. Okay? If you're looking for a long-term relationship, if you're not looking out just to have good time, fun, party, sex, tonight, then you don't want someone overeager and pushy. If you're looking for something long-term, if you're like me and you only date marriage material and you take a long time to even commit to somebody, then someone who's overeager wants immediate gratification. They want something from you now. And it's usually pretty easy to find out what that is, right? For most men, on the first night, it might be sex. Okay? Overeagerness, high levels of testosterone, more susceptible to disease and violence. Number 2, talking bad about people, judgmental, awful. If you don't want to be a judgmental person, you can't have judgmental people in your life. Won't work, or you'll compromise that. If you want to be accepting, find people that are accepting. Okay, you have somebody, especially when you meet them, you know, they're going to talk about their ex-wife and how crazy she was. They're going to talk about their friends that screwed them over. Okay, but then they got to add on that they're a POS, piece of crap, you know. Talking bad about their family, things like this. These are issues. We don't need to talk about past relationships. That in itself is a red flag. But talking bad about people, right? People that are judgmental, picking on people, bullying, mocking, making fun of people, toxic as hell. Number 3, importance on material objects, money. People will typically talk about things that are of importance to them. Okay, I don't talk about money much. I like making money. I need some money to be able to do the things that I want to do. But so I will say I value it. It's not up here. It's down here, and I don't talk about it. Okay, people that place importance on material objects will talk about money. Usually, I've known people that's almost all they talk about. Either drama and talking crap about other people, or money. And they will constantly ask you how much things cost or tell you what they cost. Oh, this shirt was $150. Yeah. This is mine. It cost $10,000. How much did that cost? How much do you make? How much money do you make annually? Taxes, after taxes. Too personal. And why are we talking? Of all the things we can talk about, why? Who cares? Who cares that your shirt was more than mine? What's your point? I like nice things, okay? I will wear some brand stuff because it fits good, because it feels good, because it looks good. I don't need to tell them what the brand is or definitely how much something costs. Jeez. Number 4, this is a good one. This is a new one. You guys are forgets what you tell them. Right? A lot of women say, oh, men are so forgetful. My husband's so forgetful. Yes, people can be forgetful. If you want to blame men for being more forgetful, whatever. But what are they forgetting? Your anniversary? Your birthday? That something doesn't feel good? That they've done? That you're scared? Right? What are they forgetting? Forgetting to take the garbage out? Forgot, eggs at the store? Okay. But when you go out on a date with somebody, right? And all of a sudden they tell you something and you're like, I told you that just a few minutes ago. Do you remember that? I told you that at dinner when we were just at dinner. I told you that when we first met 2 hours ago. Why do they forget? Not very into you, are they? No. They probably won't forget the first time you had sex if you tell them that, which you shouldn't. They probably won't forget like your cup size if you tell them your cup size. Right? I got that. That's important. Yeah. But they won't forget what you told them your sister's name was. A lot of people say, and I'm not trying to be hard on people, but a lot of people say, oh, I'm good with faces, but I'm bad with names. Your brain can identify every single human being on this planet plus more. Pretty amazing. So when you say you're good with faces, you're number, so is everybody. There's some phenomenon or disorder where you don't recognize people's faces. Extremely rare. Brad Pitt came out and said he thinks he has it recently. But we remember faces and we remember them well. We are able and capable of remembering billions. Okay? But I'm not very good with names. If you can't remember people's names, it's not important to you. No, that's not true, David. Well, prove it. Start remembering people's names. I bet you can remember things that happened to you, in the first grade. You can't remember someone's name that just told you their name a minute ago. If it's important to you, try. I say it 3 times. That helps. They tell me the name Lisa, and I go, Lisa, Lisa, Lisa. I look at their face, Lisa, Lisa, to myself. And I'll say, did you say Lisa? Oh, yeah. Oh, nice to meet you, Lisa. And I know I have to say it again. Hey, Lisa, or it was really nice meeting you. Goodbye, Lisa. I remember names pretty well. It's important to me. Number 5, asks for help. Or hints at help. Requires help. You're asking them if they need help. A first date, first meeting. My mom's helping me right now. I'm living with my mom. My sister always helps me with that. Yeah, well, I'm getting government aid for this and for that. Yeah, I'm getting help on unemployment. Can you help me? Can you loan me just a few bucks? I'll get you on our next date. Can you pay this time? I don't have my credit card. Can you give me a ride? Can you help me feel better? I'm crying. Not very independent. Number 6, too personal with their self and you. Oversharing. Huge. Yeah? Oversharing. Well, my ex-wife, why would you bring up your ex on a date? First, right when you meet somebody. It's just bizarre what people do, isn't it? And they lack that awareness to even understand, like, hey, if you're bringing up your ex from 6 years ago, and you just meet me, maybe there's something that you might want to dive into there with someone else instead of someone you just met. Oversharing. I've had sex with so many women, with 82 women. Okay. You're just going to come right out and say that, huh? People talk about what's important to them. my childhood, my divorce, my medical problems, my psychological problems. I have this disorder. I have CPTSD. You don't need to be telling people. Because of my ex-boyfriend, because he abused me and cheated on, no. We may not be ready to date if that's what you're doing on a date. Clingy, too, oversharing and clingy, just getting too close, enmeshment, codependency, behaviors. That's what codependency is, just behaviors, and that's a typical behavior, oversharing. Clingy. Somehow they make their way over to your house, right, and then they don't leave, and now they're staying the night, and you never discussed it. Now it's morning time, and they still don't leave. Don't have people over, so you know who they are. And not very safe. And number 7, the last one of just meeting somebody, their emotions. Their emotions. There aren't bad emotions, okay, guys? So I'm going to bring up anger. There's nothing wrong with anger. It's good if you're angry. If someone makes you mad because they did something wrong, that might be good. That might be the beginnings of putting up my boundaries. Okay, but if I'm displaying anger in ways that affect others, by hitting, throwing, something like that, no, that's not good. It's my behaviors. It's not my emotion. That's wrong. Okay, it's the behaviors that are wrong. But when you have somebody you just met, in social situations, well, that's why we smile. That's why even if we feel bad, that's why we have small talk, even if I don't want to talk to you and I'm miserable. And it's just what we do. And for someone to go against those things right away when you just meet them, and they're angry because whatever, who cares? Like if I'm picking you up on a first date and I come over and you're really angry, it's just weird. It's like, I'm coming. You knew today was the day. You knew this was the hour. And then I have to go, why are you so angry? If you have to say, oh, because somebody said something to me just a minute ago, I got into it with some stranger on the road. Some bill or something came. I mean, geez, okay. Sadness, crying, first date, crying, oof, right? Tell you the massive anxiety, history of anxiety. I'm not hating on that, guys. I had a massive history of anxiety, but I was also not very well, not the best version of myself, not necessarily ready to be dating and forming new relationships. Okay? Talking about medical problems, psychological problems, emotional problems, right? When you just meet someone, it's just too much. It's red flag. All right. So I'm going to go over 10 quickly of red flags in a relationship. Okay. This is now after we known them for a little while. Maybe we're committed to them. We just started first month, something like that. Lacking self-awareness is huge. Lacking self-awareness. Somebody cannot take accountability. Someone that you see, they can't just right away say, oh yeah, you're right. That was me. That was my fault. And you can even see the person that says, oh, sorry all the time. That's a red flag too. But lacking self-awareness. Just because someone says they really, really, really value loyalty, it doesn't mean they're loyal. And that's really common with abusive people, toxic people, narcissists, borderlines. They're not loyal. They're not loyal at all. Why do they like loyalty so much? Well, for one, they're just saying, I value loyalty, but I show you I don't. That'd be like me physically saying, I have really long hair. Not very self-aware. Okay? They're not very open to social cues, right? So they will think something's funny. They'll tell an inappropriate joke and laugh, and no one's laughing. And they'll just tell it again to someone else. They don't not pick that up. Lacking self-awareness, okay? Inappropriate behavior, sexual, too forward. Number 2, can't compromise. Not agreeable. Okay? And this is the arguments and fighting. That's arguments and fightings, insecurity. It's not compromising. It's not agreeable. Fears and insecurities. They want to change your opinion. Right? At first they said it was okay that you're Christian. Right? Now they can't stop bringing up Jewish religion because they're Jewish. And now it's just, well, I think that you're this and that Christianity is just this. And it's like, you didn't have a problem in the beginning. The problem is that I don't have the same opinion as you. These are people who think their opinion is of high value. Real important. Number 3, no boundaries with their self and with you. So they're not setting boundaries. They're not saying, oh, that's too much, that's too fast, please don't do that. They don't say anything. You can almost do anything to them, and you try and you push the boundaries, right? Push them, and it just, no pushback. and then they don't respect your boundaries. Because boundaries, remember, are my comfort zone. So I'm telling you, if I have to place a boundary with somebody, it's because you're making me uncomfortable, and I'm trying to make myself more comfortable by getting you back more, close more, stop doing something. They don't respect that. They don't respect you. Okay? They're looking for something else. They want immediate gratification. They're not looking at you as a human being. More like an object. Number 4, controlling. Especially right away. Oh, with your clothes, your makeup, your jewelry, your job, where you go, your friends who you hang out with. When you go to bed, I've seen people control their partner to such a degree, it's unbelievable. And I know it didn't happen overnight. But no, I'm not allowed to sleep during these hours when they sleep. I have to sleep in this room, and no, I'm not allowed to work there. I had to quit my job. No, he changes what I'm wearing all the time. He'll just go up and grab and just pull this shirt up more and fix this strap and call me a slut. Yeah, I think that's a red flag. I mean, it's actually very dangerous. Number 5 more, doesn't share excitement with you. Honey, guess what? What, honey? No, what? What? Usually those are people that are a little paranoid, highly insecure, don't want you to have successes and achievements. Honey, I got a raise. Right on. Well, now we can start paying for this. It's just like, okay. People I care about, I don't care how small it may be to them. If they tell me it's significant and I care about them, so we're going to go celebrate. Let's go celebrate. Number 6, not reliable. No integrity. I give my word, I don't follow through. I change it. We agree on something, we make a deal, and I change it. I move the goalpost further and further. Kick it here. Oh, yeah, you made it, but now it's here. Maybe I'll make it smaller. No integrity. All we have, guys, especially someone you just meet, I mean, all you have is your word. You tell somebody something, stick to it. Words are extremely, extremely important. We can't take words back. And once you fall back on giving your word, who are you anymore? Number 7, jealous, envious, possessive. All massive insecurity. Jealousy is I'm afraid of losing something. Not what you guys think. That's envy. Envy is I want what you have. Oh, you went on vacation to the Bahamas? God, I'm so jealous. Why, are you afraid of losing them? They're going to die? No, you want to go to the Bahamas. That's envy. You're envious. Let's not be envious of others. Okay? Because what's funny is most people that are envious, they want others to be envious of them. It's like a status thing. Do you see that? Jealousy comes out of mass insecurity and possessiveness. I'm afraid of losing something I own. Now, I'm not saying, you feel a little fear that you're going to lose someone in your life. That's not necessarily possessive. But if I start acting jealous and controlling, that's possessive. And once I believe I possess you, because we don't possess and own humans, we possess and own objects. That's a form of objectification. Highly dangerous. Number 8, no friends, no long-term relationships. I know there's times in our life we may not have any friends. I get that. I hope that you've had a relationship for a couple of years in your entire life before, because there's some very highly toxic people I've known that haven't. Pretty scary. I don't know how you can't have a long-term friendship or girlfriend or boyfriend for years, at least once in your life. By the time you're in your 40s or 50s, it means you have massive difficulty maintaining relationships, or you don't care, or you're highly toxic or abusive. Number 9, I can't say this word, so I'll say violins. Yelling, screaming, hitting, throwing stuff, threatening. Okay? A history of this is extremely dangerous. People don't tend to change that. It can even get worse. You know, someone sits there and they say that they've had, 8 physically violent relationships. I hate to say it, but they're also physically violent. I'm not saying that they're going to hit you, but they have no problem around physical violence. Oops, I said the word. This video's screwed. Thanks, YouTube. Last one, 10. Insecurity, low self-esteem, low self-worth, low self-respect. Know these signs, guys. Most of you guys watch my videos about narcissists because of narcissists. And when I tell you they're insecure, that's the biggest pushback I get about narcissists. No, they're not. They weren't insecure. They did this and that. Those behaviors mean you're insecure. So they can be confusing, right? But there's usually more psychological reasons that we're not picking up these cues that other people pick up on. That someone that's highly cocky doesn't mean they think they're so great. Not really. It's overcompensation. It's insecure. It's fear. Keep myself safe. You know. A Chihuahua barks not because they're so tough, like everybody says. It's because they're so scared. Okay? Biker gangs and stuff like this, it's not because they're so tough. It's because they're so scared. That's why they act so tough. They're scared. I don't care if they're big or strong. It's how they feel about themselves. It's their self-worth. Self-deprecating statements. I suck, I'm bad, I'm stupid, I'm ugly. Come on, man. I mean, unless you think that about yourself, don't invite that into your life. And I have lots of sympathy for people like that. Get better. Problems with intimacy. Huge. Problems with, I'm afraid to be intimate with you, alone with you for too long. It's just massive insecurity. Amongst other things, they probably don't value emotional connection and stuff like this, but massive, massive insecurity. Those people typically don't care who you are either. Sexual problems, or let's say sexual dysfunction in men and women. We know that it's not so much biological as it is mental, psychological. We know this, a ton of men that have sexual dysfunction, that's just with you. It's not maybe with themselves, maybe with another person necessarily. Someone maybe they don't know, or maybe it is with somebody they don't know, stuff like this. But it's problems, emotional problems, typically. Okay, all right. That's, what is that? 17, 7 when we just meet somebody, 10 after the relationship begins, committed to. These are huge red flags, guys, and I hope that each one of these red flags, if you've ever experienced them, that you've had an emotional reaction to them. If not, there's a problem with our emotional reaction. Okay, we have a deep problem with self-awareness and processing emotions. Fix that so that your danger emotional reaction is accurate, that it works well. Okay, that's it. Please add your own, guys. I always love your guys' comments, examples. They're great. Anybody watching this video, go down and check them out and read them. And love yourself first. I'll see you guys later. If you haven't already, like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it with somebody else. Thanks. Love yourself first. Bye.